What I'm going to do is, I'm Dr. Hines Marsh. Please feel free to call me Dave. There should be books either sort of scattered around to you. They are free for you to take home and to have a read in your slow time. Hopefully inspire the next generation of content creators. Just a sort of a fair warning, I am recording this session to hopefully go on my YouTube channel. If anyone is objection to that, please just come and have a quiet word with me and we can make sure that you're not involved. So from that point of view, as it's going on YouTube, no swearing, no insulting your neighbouring practice. This is not for you, this is for me. So now I've said it out loud, then I can have some sort of self-regulation and rules. As I said, I'm Dave. I hate the term portfolio GP. I am not a portfolio GP. I'm a patchwork GP. My mental way that I think, everything that I do influences everything else. Okay, I'm not an individual. I am a GP partner. I'm a GP trainer. I also host multiple YouTube channels. I've already had a couple of people who see my main channel, GP Templates, which is soon to become Doc Support, which is awesome. I've also got a role within Hartlepool and Stockton Health as a digital clinical lead due to my work on my YouTube channel. They all cross-pollinate, hence the term patchwork. And that's what I've come to talk to you about today. So you may know me from my GP Templates channel. Because I'm a partner and because my partnership is lovely, they allowed me to play with Eaglescliffe Medical Practice at Eaglescliffe Medical Practice, all one word, as a YouTube channel. And it is some of the work that I've done there and integrating across our PCN that I want to talk to you about this morning, about how we can push things forward. So, as I said, you've got physical copies, which you are entitled to take away. Have a chat amongst your colleagues and friends. There is a QR code to an electronic copy, which will take you to my website. It will ask you to purchase it, but believe me, there is no charge. Okay, fab. So, moving forward. Anyone know where this is? Eaglescliffe, fantastic. Good starter for 10. This is Eaglescliffe Medical Practice. Right. What are the patients like? Consultations like then? Can I tell them what to do? No. Which expresses some challenges, okay? I cannot have your paternalistic relationship with my patients. Absolutely not. Because they'll just tell me to do one, and they've got a solicitor mate who'll make my life hell, okay? But they will come in informed, wanting the best care, and half of them, because a good chunk of them are local doctors, know what best care looks like, okay? Anyone know what this is? What's the referral rate like for this? Rubbish. Yeah. What do you think the referral rate in my practice is for this?
Referral rate or uptake rate?
Both, either.
I would suspect you're on referral rate.
Yep. So, our stats from 22-23 register. Absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So the problem I've got is I've got this massive mismatch. I've got a motivated, keen population who want prevention. They don't want a statin, thank you, doctor. They don't want to go on your metformin, thank you, doctor. What can I do lifestyle-wise? And the NHS confirmed scheme, they're not uptaking. So there's a problem. And we all know the barriers, okay? We've got your standard barriers, as with any primary care practice within the Northeast. We've got lack of appointments. We've got patients who struggle to get through on the phones, okay? And then, even though we're 5 years down the line, we're still struggling with post-COVID and trying to get back to business continuity. Oh, who's this?
Manager of the
Angela. Oh, somewhat. That was a recognition.
I went to college with her.
Excellent. So this is Angela Macareth. What's she like? Do you know her?
In the day.
In the day.
She's my Facebook friend.
She's going to hate me that I've put her on my presentation. Excellent. Good. You tell her. So, what's that award?
Manager of the Year.
Practice Manager of the Year. Why is she Practice Manager of the Year? Which year?
This year.
2025. I love Angela. Why do I love Angela? She is my practice manager. She can manipulate the hell out of me, and I hate her for it, because she took that and emailed me and said, Dave, your diabetic lead, this is unacceptable. I went, bugger, she's right. And she just kept on what are you doing about it, Dave? So I was like, don't worry, Angela, I'll get thinking. So let's put 2 and 2 together. And I'll run through what we did. So right, nuts to it. I worked as a team. Anyone else? What I Patchwork GP? What else I do? What do often GPs do? I'm a GP trainer. Which universities have we got around here? And think South. Hull York, thank you very much. I'm the Associate Director for Hull York Medical School. We've got a group of students within the South Tees district, as they sort of come across. I ran a special study project about social media, and I thought, right, young lady, what I need from you, I've got a perfect project for you. Can you write me a script? Here's all the information, here are all the statistics. Can you do me a script for it? Gave her a brief introduction to Canva, okay, which is the tool that I use to create this presentation, which I go into great detail in that book on how to use. Who's on LinkedIn? Who's got any idea how to do a carousel? So those pretty pictures that go round and round. Nope. Right, get on Canva. You can do everything on there. Absolutely love the program. You can get it for free online, and you can get it for £99 for a year for a professional subscription, which I've got because it allows you to do so much more. Bear that in mind, because this is where the collaborative work comes in. Okay, so I said, Erna, sort me out with this. And she did. Credit to her. She came up with the script, came up with a rough Canva template, and then because I'm so busy, I've got no time, I then just tweaked it. Okay, recorded myself and sent it to our patients. We sent it to our patients via accurx, and because we can automate the response back in terms of the questionnaire, we asked 2 things. Have you watched this video? Do you want to be referred? We did then go into a bit more detail and saying like, oh, do you want a quick face-to-face discussion about it? And also, can we ask some feedback for us contacting you this way? I'm going to present you the findings from that one. Okay, so do you want to be referred? In the last 12 months, I did a study, we got 1. Okay, now, because I'm a statistician or an enthusiastic amateur when it comes to statistics, I will caveat this data. Okay, because we deliberately, me and our nurse practitioner who I sort of co-lead with diabetes, we deliberately targeted our pre-diabetic patients. We did a mass accurx blanket. Anyone guess how many patients we got referred? Give me a number. 20? Higher. 100? Lower. So in 4 weeks, we got 75 patients who agreed to be referred. Okay, now, that's fine, okay? But this then needs further work and refinement in terms of like, what does that onward referral rate look wise? The benefit as well as being on the other end of this is that actually the referral form is really easy to do. So I could quickly populate it, send it to the secretaries, gone. What's not covered in this presentation as well is the lack of workload that I've transferred to the admin staff. Okay, so just take a brief pause. I think we as GPs, because I'm assuming we're GPs predominantly in the room, is that we forget that when I send, I've got a group of 400 patients who are potentially eligible for this. How the hell are they going to get into my appointment? That's potentially 5-10 minutes bit of work just for my administration team to phone them, to chase them up, etc., etc., etc. Whereas with the text message, I don't need them. In the nicest possible way, okay? So, can we ask feedback from this method? So, bit of a Likert scale. We said, like, right, from 1 to 5, can you agree or disagree with these questions? What did you think of it? It was 7 questions just to see what they thought. And this is an interesting bit. So, can we ask feedback for this method? I found the video easy to watch. Pretty much everyone agreed, okay? I found the video easy accessible. Brilliant, 4.7, thank you very much. I found the video hard to understand, 1.7. Just remember that was deliberately a negatively asked question. So even though it's green, it's 1.7, that's why, okay? This was an efficient way to share the information, 4.9. I did caveat that, so the question was longer. So giving, for example, either consultation or small group work, everyone was like, nah, quite liked it. Thank you very much, Doc. I would have preferred this shared in a different way too. So like, everyone's happy with that. I knew the doctor on the video. Now it was me. Haha. I also am that doctor who was on the telephone line going, hello and welcome to Eaglescliff Medical Practice. I've been told I sound like an airline pilot on that one, but which is probably not too far off the truth. Okay, but what was interesting is this. Because I knew the doctor was from the practice, I trusted the information. And that is the key bit here. We've talked about continuity of care. There are some fantastic doctors on YouTube, Dr. Sophie being one, who's done some fantastic work with NHS England in terms of bronchiolitis and etc. Countless videos on her channel. Why aren't we facilitating individual practice accounts? So we've got continuity of care in the social media space outside of the consultation room. So what's it useful for and what's next? Okay. Repeated information, repeated questions, repeated worries. Now, the media will amp things up and wind the patient population up, okay? So how can we counteract this? So such things as well. So big wins for us were when we had the Group B strep and we got, I don't know about you, but we got our phone lines inundated with, I'm worried, blah. So Dave, what can you do? Quick video showing on, this is what it is, this is strawberry tongue, this is sandpaper rash. If you've got any of this, yes, we do need to see you, but actually a quicker explanation of fever pain. If you've got, a cough, no pus, everything's all right, in the nicest possible way, it should be all right. Okay, so you're empowering those patients. Because I live locally as well, I was sort of able to get onto the local Facebook groups and sort of just target it that way, okay? And it was interesting then, some of the schools picked this up and said, can we share this around? Absolutely. The information's there to be shared. Statins, our statin uptake rate is awful. But can we then manipulate accurx, which you can do because you can do custom florries, and say, actually, I've watched this video. I don't want a statin, thank you very much, doc, but I'm happy that I've got all the information. Fine, you can decline it. But there's a very subtle difference between them going, no, I've read the Daily Mail, I don't want it, versus, well, actually, doc, I've watched your information, you've given your argument for why you should be on it. Actually, I feel better and I feel more confident that you've made more of an informed choice, rather than what I think happens at the moment is that you have a 30-second quaff years coming to an end. Oh, do you want a statin? No, I've heard it's really bad for me. Well, that's not quite true, but we haven't got time. Declined. I'm happy, you're happy. We move on. Is that best care? Food for thought. Alcohol. So if we've got time, because I'm just conscious of time and I'd rather hear from your questions because that's more interesting, working with how do we do health promotion. So I've worked with Laura, who's our alcohol nurse. We've got an information video for her. And because of Canva, we've now got that alcohol template. Okay, so if practices aren't interested, which some of them aren't, in generating their own content, they can either say, look, we've got Laura, who's our local hash nurse. Here's some information about alcohol. Or here's your nurse, who, guess what, if you're in a deprived area, you might recognize. Or actually, if you speak a different language, maybe they can speak that language. Think about it on a wider scale. Prostate cancer. Oh, can you just add a PSA onto that blood? I'm just a bit worried about it. Again, it's not that simple. Okay, so actually we've got some work on that as well, with in terms of using accurx. Again, more than happy to talk about it because this time is limited this morning, where we've got a florrie saying, can you watch this video? What do you want to do? And actually it gives the patients the choice, and we're just working with it in practice of, they might just say, and we've got an option saying, I've watched the video and despite watching the video, I don't want the rectal exam, I just want the blood test. Fine. But I feel a bit safer and a bit happier that I can sleep at night, that the patient has had more information. They've made a more of an informed choice. Not just, I've watched BBC, someone else has died, I need a PSA test tomorrow. Okay, sharing is caring. As I always say to my 4-year-old and 2-year-old as they're fighting over a very obnoxious keyboard in the morning. So this is just a snapshot of prostate cancer video, and what Canva allows you to do, and why I'm a big keen on it, is that you can share this template. So as you see, I've got a branded Eaglescliff Medical Practice with my ugly mugs shot at home. I've got a phenomenal one, so TBMG, Thornaby and Barwick Medical Group, who's part of our PCN. They've done one. Fantastic. Any GP trainers in the audience? This is their registrar who did it. So she shot this all on her mobile phone, gave me the video footage, I tweaked it for them, sent it back to them, job done. Happy days. Okay. This is one of the advanced care practitioners at Yarm Medical Practice, so down the road from us, who shot it as well. Okay. Again, personal opinion and why I think this sort of what it should sort of look like in the future is that I would love to have a short team, probably sat, I think, really ICB, PCN sort of level, preferably ICB level, who can do all that editorial work for you. Okay. You do not need, I'm trying not to, take this as it's meant to be. I'm an expensive commodity. I should not be editing videos in my spare time because that's a complete waste of my time. Okay. You want me in front of patients because that's what I'm trained to do. This is well known and respected amongst loads of, think about who's in your group. I wouldn't be, this originally was suggested to me by another one of the doctors who was a partner, Fiona Smith, who runs Footsteps. Her daughter, who is now early 20s, said, Dave, I've seen the stuff you're doing on social media. Have you heard of Canva? Start to look at it. I was like, oh my word, this is amazing. And she does a load on it. And she's like, Dave, I can see you're clearly using Canva with the stuff that you're doing. Because you can share those templates about so that actually you can record it as well. And guess what? Cost-wise, I've already got a phone in my practice because I do it for dermoscopy. Okay, so actually to upskill or to upgrade the practice to be able to get a decent video footage, you probably need a dedicated microphone. This was 20 quid off Amazon, and a light stand. That was 20 quid out of Asda. You've already, the uplift in terms of equipment is already done there. Okay, so that's my food for thought. The benefit as well for having it at an ICB level is who you're at the top of the pile. I'm an ex-military background, okay? So I look at this of, right, you've got ownership of, or you've got sight of other bits that me as frontline GP does not see, okay? How are we going to bring back the family doctor? Well, actually, let's get them out there, okay? Cardiovascular disease. How are we going to tell our patients to get their blood pressure checked for a completely asymptomatic condition where they don't quite understand the severity of this? New neighbourhood teams. Oh my word, right, I'm going to have a rant about this one. So we had adolescent social prescribers who came in and was like, hi, we're the adolescent social prescribers. We'll deal with this, that and the other. Da, 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 da. We want you as Mr. GP to refer us all of these teenagers who are not going to school or are just a bit sad or this, that and the other. I was like, that sounds brilliant service. I want to do it. We've got our website, we've got a Facebook page. What have you got for us in terms of advertising your services? What did I get? Who's got teenagers in the audience? With your teenager in mind, look, I've got a 7, 4 and a 2-year-old. I've got some teenage nieces and nephews. I was like, look, I am nearly 40 and I've sussed this all out by myself. Okay, I am butt ugly as well, and I'm still happy to put myself on front of camera. Okay, it is not hard. The issue that I've got is that these teams go like, yeah, they put all of this time, energy, cost into it, and then they fail at the final hurdle of like, I was there going like, I've got a Facebook page. I will put anything you give to me, if it's good enough, on my Facebook page. And then there is a very different conversation to have. And that's what I worry about these neighborhood teams, is that you get your patient phoning up saying, I want to see the doctor. Well, no, you don't need to see the doctor. No, I want to see the doctor. Isn't it a very different conversation for the reception staff where they phone up and say like, oh yeah, I've seen you got a social prescriber. I think that's exactly what my daughter needs, who's now refusing to go to school. But how does that happen? It happens with the patient at home, and they see these videos and they see it advertised to them. Okay, but I can't do it all. I can train, hence why I made the book, because the book is taking you through step by step. And people worry about things in terms of cost of equipment, which hopefully I've sort of belayed those fears. They'll worry about the GMC. I've got a whole page on what the GMC regulates in terms of what you're allowed to, can and cannot say with regards to sort of like you as a doctor on social media. The MDU have just done a fantastic webinar on it as well, just to sort of give you that as well. So that's my spiel. That's me. By all means, if there's anything that I've said that sort of sinks in and that you think, hang on, Dave, I think you're onto something here, drop me a line. I'm more than happy to come in and train. I would love if someone said, actually, Dave, ICB level, I've got 3 fantastic 20-year-olds who want to run with your idea.